Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. First things first, yes, you have probably seen this eyeshadow look already. This is the third video that I am filming today wearing this look. I'm trying to deceive you all by doing different things with my hair, but I'm wearing the same outfit and the same makeup, so who's the fool? At any rate, work smart, not hard, right? It's allowing me to film 3 videos, so that's okay. I figure you guys are pretty accepting of that, right? And most of the time for this video, you're not going to be staring at me because today we're going to pick out the items for my bi-weekly makeup basket. I have just finished filming my monthly minis update, so everything is currently put away where it belongs, and the little box here is empty, so what better time than now to refill it? So let's do this. So just as with last week's video, or 2 weeks I guess, I always say last week, but I know it's every 2 weeks. At any rate, the last time I did one of these videos, I did hold the camera in my hand, and that's what I'm going to do again this time. It's just easier to maneuver than putting it on a tripod. So I'm going to start off by putting in my Tartelette in Bloom. This is the palette that I'm working on for my Pan That Palette project, and I have to fully admit I'm getting really damned bored of it. I'm only like 3 months in and I am ready to toss it out the window. So I have to dig deep, keep going. So what I'm going to do is bring in some other shadows that I think can play with that, or at least some of these can. These are all eyeshadows from Clionadh Cosmetics that I have just recently purchased, and I haven't really got a chance to play with many of them, but the ones that I have been very impressed by, so I'm looking forward to incorporating some of these shades in with the Tartelette in Bloom palette just for the sake of variety. So then we're going to pick out a primer, and as you probably know by now, I am trying very hard to use up my primer and foundation samples, and also trying to use up as many other samples as possible, but my main focus is on the plethora of primers over here and then foundations, which is becoming a much more respectable size. So for primer this time, I'm going to pick this one because it's a single use and then I can get it in and out very quickly. So I'm going to shove that in the box. And then, I feel like something different, something that I haven't used yet. So I'm going to go over here to one of these MAC ones. So I've got 3 MAC primers. So I'm just going to use the plain old skin primer here and see how I feel about that one. For foundation, I am just about done this NARS Sheer Glow. This is in the shade Punjab, and it is like a perfect match for me. It will not focus. Oh my god, okay, there's too much going on in the background. There we go. So it is right getting down to the nitty-gritty, but this shade is absolutely perfect for me, and I really like the finish and coverage of this. It's just not too much, which is perfect for me. So I'm going to add this one to my box. I think it will be done well within the 2 weeks, so I am also going to grab this one here, which is from Makeup Forever. It's the Ultra HD. This one is in the shade, nope, what the hell's the shade? Y225. There it is. This one is a little bit too neutral for me, so if I need to add something with a little bit more yellow in it, I will add a little bit of the Fenty, but for now I'm just going to leave this in here because we'll see how my skin is going in a couple of weeks. I'm still losing my tan from my vacation a few weeks ago. Or I guess a month and a half ago now at this point. Since I'm in here, I may as well pick bronzer and mascara and also throw in my concealer. This is on its very, very last legs. I think there's only a couple more uses out of it, so I will pick another one of my full sizes, but while we're working on this drawer, I'm just going to go ahead and add that. For mascara, I am going to use this one from Lancome. It is, I love how it's like excessive black. It is excessively, but what the hell is this? Hypnose Drama, there it is. So I'm going to add that one because I think this is one of the oldest ones I have, so I want to see if it's still holding up. And then for bronzer, which one do I want to use? Hoola or this one? Let's go Hoola. Just going to take the regular Hoola and use that one. So that I don't forget, So that I don't forget to pull a concealer, I'm going to come over here and take care of that now. And I was, when I first came back from Cuba and for the first like month or so afterwards, I did have to use this one because it was so yellow, and now it's not quite as necessary, so I can sort of pick and choose from any of the others that I have. And so I'm going to grab the Tarte Shape Tape. As you can see, it is well worn. There's not an awful lot left in there, so I want to kind of start concentrating on this one so that I can hopefully use that one up in good time. This one as well from ColourPop, but this one is way too pink on my skin and it works better as like an eyeshadow primer for me. Moving over here are brow products. This is the one that I have been using recently and I'm not loving it, so I want to take a little break from that. And so what I'm going to do is pull the ColourPop one. I'm really enjoying using like an eyebrow gel and then running a powder through it rather than dealing with things like pencils over here. Going back into the rest of my sample sizes, I'm going to grab both of these eyeshadow primers because the Urban Decay is just about done. So I'm going to pull the two of them and put them in the box. And then this one, I did do a video on repressing the contour palette or the contour shade in here. And you can see I've already hit pan on it again, so there's really not an awful lot of product in there, but I want to keep working on it because I'd love to finish that one up because it is a rather bulky sample. For highlighter, I am really not enjoying using this stick one from Hourglass, but there's just so very little of it left that I'm kind of forcing myself to get through it. So I'm going to focus on that. For blush, I have other blushes that I'm enjoying more than really any of these, but of these, the one that I do enjoy the most is the Makeup Forever one in S214. It's just a really nice matte pinky shade, so I'm going to grab that one, as well as NARS Orgasm for a peachy option. Not that one, this one here, because it's got a little bit more of a peachier tone to it. For eyeliners, I'm going to do the same as I did before and just grab all of these ones. This is just a secondary black one and shove them in there. I'm going to leave the eyeshadows in here. So let's move on to a perfume sample over here then. We've got all these to choose from. So I think because it takes up so much space, and I mentioned this in the video I just filmed, which is my monthly updates, that I have no idea where this came from. No clue whatsoever. But let's give her a try. So I'm going to put that over in there. For setting spray, I have the Urban Decay Chill All Nighter setting spray out. This is the one that has the most used up in it so far, so I'm going to continue concentrating on that, although the temptation is very strong to use this new one from MAC. This is part of their Boom Boom Bloom collection, and it smells like straight up cherry blossoms, and it is divine, but I want to get through the older stuff before I start working on the new stuff. And I think that's it. I'm not going to pick out lip products just because I never stick to it, because it really depends on what clothes I'm wearing, how I feel, all of that kind of thing. So I'm not going to pick out any lip products at this point. Also, I'm not going to pick out any palettes for focusing on in YouTube videos, because I have some that I just want to do reviews on. So I have them all listed out. For example, the Viseart Liaison palette. There is the inside of that palette. I want to do at least 1 or 2 looks in a video and give you guys my thoughts on this one, so I don't want to limit myself to just 1 or 2 palettes. There are other palettes that I want to review as well right now, so I'm working on them slowly but steadily. So at any rate, I'm going to reorganize all of this, but that is going to be my weekly makeup basket for the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye. I work hard, not work smart, not hard. Work smart, not hard. Oh my god, you suck. I gotta say, this is getting a little boring. I don't know. All right, good, done.